This is a production of West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Future Is You. I'm your host, Alex Milanese, and I'm a teacher right here in West Virginia. You know, one of my favorite parts about career and technical education, or CTE, are the incredible opportunities that we give students every day. That's why we're here today at Wheeling Park High School. We're here to visit a few of their CTE programs and talk to some of their students about the awesome stuff they get to do every day. I know I'm ready. I hope you are too. Let's go inside and check it out.
I had the privilege of sitting with Aaron Fedorke, an experienced machine tool technology teacher in career and technical education, or CTE. Aaron plays a pivotal role in guiding students through the intricacies of CTE, particularly in machine tool technology. His expertise and dedication are instrumental in shaping the next generation of skilled workers in the manufacturing industry. But before we dive into our conversation, it's essential to highlight the vast array of opportunities available within career and technical education. For example, we have 16 career clusters that offer fantastic opportunities for students to explore various potential careers in multiple fields and industries. These career clusters help students discover their passion and empower them to choose a successful pathway after graduation. Aaron's work exemplifies the impact of CTE in preparing students for these diverse career options.
So we're here with Mr. Fedorke. You are the instructor here in the Machine Tool Technology program at Wheeling Park High School. Let's start with just a general question. What is machine tool technology? What's your program all about?
Machine tool builds the world. So in other words, everything from your eyeglasses to the tennis shoes you wear, the vehicle, the tires on your car, somehow or another has been related to a machine tool shop where machines make the molds for rubber or molds for glass, engine blocks, things like that. So somehow or another, machine tool is related to almost everything you use.
So how would you describe the overlap in the skills that they learn here versus what they'll actually need in the real world? Is there a pretty good overlap?
Well, there is, because a lot of that comes from reaching out to industry. So if you reach out to industry likes to tell you what they would like to see in a student, and the variety is used.
So let's say a student is able to go through your program successfully. They want to pursue a career in machine tool technology. Is that something that they can do here in West Virginia?
Oh, absolutely. And that's something I take a lot of pride in. You know, energy's big right now with the natural gas and the wind turbines in our state and stuff. So along with that, you know, comes a lot of machining and manufacturing for those type of that type of industry, along with coal mining, you know. So it's all related in a big way. And the jobs are very plentiful.
We're surrounded by some pretty cool technology here in the classroom. Can you walk us through what's some of the equipment that you have and what would it be used for in real production?
I take a lot of pride in having the students learn the CAD, which is the computer-aided design, which then is put into a CAM software, which is computer-aided machining software. From there, the students will program those machines and come out and execute the part on the floor. I'll break them into different groups. So I'll put a group on what they call manual lathe. The manual lathe right now is used a lot in industry. A lot of repair work's done on manual lathes where programming is too intense to have, to program something. It's much easier to put it on a manual lathe. So they learn that as they come into this shop class first, and then we'll go into the CNC world, which we run CNC lathes, and so they really enjoy watching they go from a thought to a product in hand.
I know your students have some fantastic opportunities while they're here, and part of that is offered through what we call simulated workplace. Can you talk a little bit about what is simulated workplace and how does that impact the student experience?
Well, I love simulated workplace. Simulated workplace was created in West Virginia, and Dr. Dan Antoni, she implemented this into the career tech programs. What we are after is we noticed that industry is wanting to see a student a little more prepared coming out of high school. So what better of a way to do that is to kind of, we like to say students are going to a job more than they are to a class.
I was chatting with a few of your students and they talked about some of the certifications that they get while they're here in this program, and they're getting those certifications for free, and that enables them to, as an 18-year-old, graduate and go make some good money right out of the gate.
And along with that, we build a portfolio along with the simulated workplace. These are resume builders. When we sit at the end of the year, their second year, we put these portfolios together. And it's kind of cool too to watch them look back at the pictures. I love taking pictures of them in their projects and their work and stuff. And when they look back on it, they have a sense of pride in themselves, like, oh wow, I remember this, or I remember that.
A recent study showed that only about 10% of machinists are female, but I noticed that you have several female students in your class. So what would you say to maybe a young female middle school, high school student who has never really considered a career in machine tool technology? What do they need to know?
Well, I like to say, give it a try, because once most students don't understand what machine tool is at first until they observe it and maybe start hands-on. So my biggest encouragement is to visit us. Come and visit us to see what this is about.
So if we zoom out and look at career and technical education as a whole, we offer 70-some programs statewide across 16 career clusters. What do young people need to know about CTE? Should young people be looking into career and technical education?
Here at Wheeling Park High School, we offer 14 different programs, and it's amazing how the hands-on or project-based learning, which is a big thing with career and tech, we like to make sure that we cover any student who has, whether it's nursing or whether it's cooking or even manufacturing, welding, all that. So we're giving that opportunity to these students to get a good foundation, get that footer built before they head out into the real world. We all know that it's very difficult in high school to know what you really want to do. And so by providing all these career and tech programs to these students and offering them what they may like or don't even know about, and get into these programs and see, yeah, this is for me, or I'm not so sure about this. And then it just gives them a great opportunity to exercise what they like, or learn what they like.
And I think that's one of the cool things about Career Tech Ed is that we have the opportunity for, if you want to go to college, if you want to go directly into the workforce, there's little something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, and whether it's at a technical college, some students will come and start the program here and say, I want to enhance this a little better, and get a degree, or at a technical college, associate's degree, or even it may spark the interest for engineering, or, go to, say, WVU or something like that for an engineering program. So it's amazing to watch what by putting them in a career and tech program, it's the things that it sparks that you don't even think about in a student.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Mr. Fedorke, your program here is incredible, and I can't wait to see what your students do after they leave you here in high school.
Well, thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for that.
I had the privilege of conversing with Tabatha, a dedicated machine tool technology student. Tabatha's journey exemplifies the transformative power of CTE in channeling personal interests into meaningful career pathways. Her enthusiasm for mechanics and hands-on learning inspires her peers as she navigates the complexities of the machine tool technology program.
All right, so I'm here with Tabatha. You are a sophomore here in the machine tool technology class. We talk a lot about simulated workplace, where it's kind of like treating the students like they're employees of a company. I know your company is Eagle Precision, right? And you have a role within that company. You said you're the supervisor. What all does that entail?
Well, technically the boss, if you want to think about it. I make sure people are doing the right thing and that they're doing what they're supposed to do. And every 5 minutes before the class ends, I'll tell them, hey, clean up, so that way we have extra time to get back to the classroom and on time for our next class.
Okay, so I know that you get to do a lot of fun things in this class. Tell me about some of the things that you get to do in this program.
We get to make personal projects of our own for home, or we could bring in some equipment and work on it if we want to. We also get stuff from the community if they ever need anything, like the Wheeling Fire Department. They need us to do letters, so that's what we're currently working on right now.
So you get to utilize the skill sets that you're learning in class and then actually apply them in a real setting.
Yes.
I'm curious though, Tabatha, what's it like being a female going into an industry that's usually predominantly male dominated? What's it been like for you getting into this kind of a career?
It's been kind of scary at first, but then I realized that a woman can do mostly anything a man can do as long as they put their heart and mind into it and focus on it. That's how I feel like we can accomplish things better.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And so I'm curious, what would you say to maybe a young student, a middle school, high school student who's never really considered anything in career and technical education? What would you say, what do young people need to know about career and technical education?
You can be artsy and you can have a passion, and really it's just hands-on, and you can create whatever you want and just have a passion about it.
And you mentioned this idea of working with other students. I imagine through simulated workplace, each person kind of has their own role. So can you talk a little bit about how you all work together to complete like a big project?
Well, certain people, we get assigned to things. So some will do geometry on the computer to get the images and everything. Some will work on different machines for different parts of that project. And then the others will either finish it up, or we'll all come together and just finish it up all so we could just get it done and out of the way. I love that I get to learn new things every day and get to learn how to do things on machines that I never knew I could do. And I love working with the other students. I've made a lot of friends in this class because of it. And I just love machining. It's something that you never really get to do.
That's so cool. Well, Tabatha, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see what you do after high school.
Thank you.
Continuing our exploration, I enjoyed speaking with Carolyn Dillon, a seasoned broadcast technology teacher within career and technical education. Carolyn's extensive knowledge and passion for broadcasting gives students invaluable insight into this dynamic industry. Through her guidance, students are equipped with the skills and confidence necessary to pursue rewarding careers in broadcasting.
All right, so I'm here with Mrs. Dillon. You are the teacher here at the Broadcasting Technology program here at Wheeling Park High School. Let's start with just a general question. What is broadcasting technology all about?
We encompass everything. We have radio and television broadcasting at Wheeling Park. We are very fortunate. Not every program has that in the state. So we have our own radio station, and we are a 100-watt nonprofit educational radio station. We've been here since the school's inception in 1976. And then we also have our own newscast. So the television side of it is our newscast, the Patriot Connection.
That's so exciting. So what are some of the specific skills that students are developing while they're in your program?
Even though it is about broadcast technology, and we learn interviewing skills, we learn camera skills, and students leave to get careers. They go on to college and get careers in the industry. However, the big takeaway that we feel like is no matter what you're doing, it's the communication skills. It's working with each other. It's time management skills.
So if a student did want to go into one of those types of careers, how would you describe the overlap between the skills that they're getting now versus what they'll need in the real world? Is there a pretty good overlap?
There is, and it's actually really exciting. But I have a student at Emory who just wrote me a letter and saying how far ahead she is of everyone else, and that so many people don't know what B-roll is and don't know what stand-ups are and how to shoot an interview. And so that's really neat, is my students are able to walk into college and be at the top of their game already, and the professors seek them out.
Sounds like there's some pretty incredible opportunities. If a student did want to pursue a career in this field, is that something they can do right here in West Virginia?
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is a great market, a great place. I mean, all the market sizes. Wheeling's a great market to start in. We've been job shadowing with one of our local partners in education, WTRF-TV, for over 25 years. So students go down there weekly to job shadow to see what it's about. They go out on stories. So there are definitely opportunities, and all over the state. It's a perfect place to do that.
Can you walk me through just what's a day in the life of a broadcasting technology student? What do they get to do every day?
We have a couple different layers. So we have a fundamentals class. So we learn basics of everything, of radio and television, and we teach everyone how to do everything. But then after that, in some of the classes that you saw, it's all hands-on, which is really neat. And so many students will say, this is why I come to school. And so every day, students have projects that they work on, and they're paired up with a peer. Everyone works with someone else. So either as a reporter or videographer mostly. We have other jobs as well. And so they have a project and there are deadlines. There's a lot. We have to be able to trust the students to use not only the equipment, but to be alone in the hall, to get interviews. So it's very real world. It's very hands-on.
Yeah, and I feel like that's simulated workplace in a nutshell, right? It's real world opportunities. And one of the coolest parts about simulated workplace is that just like in the real world, different people have different responsibilities. And so I know you work with a lot of special needs students. Can you walk us through how does career and technical education help open the door for all types of learners?
When you walk in here, you will leave being successful. We have students, we have a National Merit semifinalist in our program who's going to go on and do huge things. But we also have students in our program who can't speak and who can't make eye contact, and who it's a struggle for them to stay awake for 30 minutes, let alone a whole class period. And so I believe it's extremely important to welcome all students in. And not only do these students learn how to make eye contact and then sometimes learn to talk when their parents have told me, they're not going to talk for you. Well, now they're reading the weather on the radio, live on a radio station. And then they don't communicate with other people. Well, now they're partnered with somebody who does. So that's important, I think, for the special needs students. But I also think it's even more important that the National Merit semifinalist or the quarterback of the football team works with a special needs student who maybe they wouldn't have necessarily come across otherwise. And so they learn communication skills, they learn acceptance, they learn about diversity and equality and equity, and all of those things that I think it's easy to forget about when we're in the news industry, when we're sitting here trying to get stories done and deadlines. And to me, more important than anything else, I'd rather miss the deadlines all day long if it means that we're developing relationships and these students become friends and it becomes a family. I mean, we have a great group of students. We're very lucky, but they all also want to be in here. They're choosing to be in here. And that's really exciting for us.
Can you talk a little bit about why is that so important for young people to find out what they're passionate about in high school and then be able to pursue it? How does career technical education help them do that?
You know, I think it's the hands-on experience that gets them to do that. And, you know, we've even developed some teachers out of this, which is really neat, especially with the teacher shortage that we get. As they are mentoring other people, a lot of them sometimes seem to think, maybe I don't want to do broadcast journalism, maybe I want to do education instead, and maybe special education or elementary education. I think it's that experience and being able, you're not just sitting at a desk and you're up and moving all around all the time. You know, just one more aspect that makes me think, when sometimes I think I should be overwhelmed with it, but it's excitement. It's really neat because we're doing more than just pumping out a newscast. We're helping others.
Well, Mrs. Dillon, thank you so much for your time and thanks for showing off what you do here. It's truly impressive.
Thank you so much.
Now, as we shift our focus to inclusivity within CTE, I had the honor of speaking with Sam, a remarkable special needs student thriving in the broadcasting program. Sam's journey highlights the importance of creating a supportive and inclusive environment within CTE. Through the broadcasting program, Sam has discovered his voice and found a sense of belonging, demonstrating the profound impact of CTE on individual growth and empowerment.
Well, what it's like being a producer is, in my third period class, I put Miss Cox's students on each and every day. Like, I decide when they go on and how they should go on, and I put them on the air. And like, when I have a student that's about to go on the air, and when there's a minute left, I say, Miss Dillon, we have a minute left, and then I have them read, and I listen to them, and I play a commercial, and then sometimes I go on after that. So I started going on the air each and every single day. I started reading radio and announcements, and then progressively throughout the years, I began to get more involved in activities like the Radio and TV Club. The Radio and TV Club was really interesting because I get to interact with students and cope with students, and it's like being part of a family. The favorite parts of this class is that I get to be with other students and I get to read on the air. What they need to know is that it requires perseverance. You must believe in yourself or no one else will. And it also takes practice, and it also takes good voice quality, and you also have to be good at memorizing your lines for your stand-ups and your voiceovers, which is, I think, that is a good thing that students should know to be in the broadcasting program.
I enjoyed speaking with Taylor, a vibrant broadcast student flourishing within CTE. Taylor's dedication to her craft and passion for broadcasting epitomized the spirit of career and technical education. Through immersive experiences and hands-on learning, Taylor has honed her skills and gained invaluable insight into the broadcasting industry. Her journey exemplifies the transformative potential of career and technical education in empowering students to pursue their passions and succeed in their chosen fields.
I just wanted to check it out, and then I did my freshman year in the fundamentals program, and it really stuck with me, and it's helped me do a lot of different things that I never thought I was gonna do. So I get like a lot of like social skills. So I get like the public speaking part. I get to get like the background knowledge of like just interviewing people, like my superiors and stuff. And it definitely helps me personally too, just being able to talk to people that I never would have originally thought to do. And it like gives me like just background knowledge on if I want to like edit something, if I want to do something that I'm not comfortable with. Like it helped me get out of my shell. So me personally, I have what we call Counselor's Corner. So I interview all of our counselors and we talk about different things that are going up at Park. So we've done like seniors for college, we've done juniors getting ready for college. During the holidays, we talk about how some students don't have it as well as others. So we like we talk to the counselors and they tell us things that sometimes we don't normally think of. And I help out around here. I help people edit. I help Miss Dillon edit the show. I do a little bit of everything. So if once we pick our story, like right now I'm doing Veterans Day. So we want to get background history on it. So we talk to one of the social studies teachers that haven't been interviewed recently. So we take whatever they say, we put it in some of our script, and then we have Patriots Helping Patriots Club here. So we got the teacher that runs that club. We got the background knowledge on why she has it and what they do. And we like mention them in our script, and then we got veterans of some kids. So we get people that know a veteran personally, and we put that into our story, and then we make people like aware that veterans do a lot more than what we think they do, and they have an impact on our lives. So we use like all the teachers and the students and staff members to bring light to things that we don't normally think about. Like you get to meet new people and you get like a whole other experience that you never thought you were gonna do. So I would just say go for it. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, but it's definitely worth the shot. If you don't, then you'll never know, and you could be doing something you don't want to do eventually. But if you would have taken a program or something, you could have found something you were really passionate about. So it's definitely worth the jump.
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't highlight the driving force behind the success of career and technical education at Wheeling Park High School, Stephanie Bugaj. As the head of CTE at Wheeling Park, Stephanie plays a pivotal role in shaping each one of their programs to ensure that they are effective in preparing students for their futures. Stephanie's unwavering dedication to CTE has been instrumental in creating an environment where students can thrive and excel.
Career tech education is a very integral part of Wheeling Park High School. I actually was just looking on at our online educational service, and 1,182 of our 1,492 students take at least one CTE class at Wheeling Park High School. That's the beauty of a comprehensive high school, is you can take a class here and there. You don't have to go to a career center to take the classes. And sometimes we don't have kids that complete everything, but at least they've taken something and they've got at least a little bit of a skill in one area to be able to take out of here into their life. Teachers get to know our students so well because they spend so much time with them. that they are able to even teach them things about life, just life in general. And simulated workplace is huge in that, getting up and going to work and making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Those are all things we have to do when we go out into our careers. Well, it's amazing to me because machine tooling has a lot of girls in it. Auto tech has a lot of girls. Welding has a ton of girls in it too. We have a lot of special needs students. Broadcasting is probably the program that has the most. And it's great for them because it's teaching them how to communicate. They're on camera, they're speaking, they're writing scripts, they're doing everything that the other kids do. And it's taking them completely out of their comfort zone. And now they're doing news reports on TV. I feel like at Wheeling Park High School, we have 19 programs and 15 companies right now. So if you can't find something you're interested in doing here for a career, I don't know what to tell you, because we offer so many things. And I think that's why we have 1,100 kids out of 1,400 taking our classes, is because we have so many things to offer. And like I said before, even if it's just one class and you're not taking all the programs, you at least get a little bit of taste of what you might want to do with your life. Skills for life. We are teaching kids how to learn a skill that they can get a job and how to be able to live a good, prosperous, healthy life. And we're building relationships with our students because of the time that we're spending with them and what you're teaching them. You're working with them one-on-one so much to teach them something that you're building those relationships, and those relationships are very important to kids. If they can find a teacher that they can connect with, that can help them, prepare them for life, that's fabulous.
So as you can see, career and technical education has some incredible opportunities for students. If you'd like to find out more, you can check out our website at careertechwv.com. And remember, the future is you.
This has been a production of West Virginia Public Broadcasting.